start.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Okay, Matt and Anthony back again, and we've been away for a while, but we're back to talk about what's going on with Switch.
Yeah, we're now in the. We've had Switch for almost 2 months now. 2 months next week, which is kind of crazy.
I'm still not done with Zelda.
I'm still not done with it all, but I mean, at this point, I'm kind of just dragging my feet. I have enough. I have like 18 hearts. I have tons of armor. I have tons of stuff. I'm just trying to get as many side quests done as I can. I want to make sure I have all the memories. And then I also want to make sure I have, I would like to complete all the regular shrine dungeons. I don't need all the little seed guys because I don't need to find all 900 of them.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm at for that one right now. So I've also started kind of going into some other stuff on Switch. I did play the Splatoon free weekend when they did that, which was awesome for the Touchfire.
Me too.
So Splatoon 2 is going to be awesome. Gave me a lot of good feelings like the first one. It was great. I've just been playing some other Switch stuff. Picked up Shovel Knight Treasure Trove.
Me too.
I played the Shovel Knight on the Switch and on the original Wii U version, and it was awesome. And I picked up for Switch because I wanted a platform like that. It's another great game. I had $25 the amount of stuff you get in it. If you've never played it before, even if you have played it before, even if you take the price of the first one and this one and put it together, it's still probably one of the best values to get for a game because of all the stuff you get in it. I picked up Snipper Clippers and
How is that?
that's a lot of fun. It's a good multiplayer game. It's not you don't play it by yourself. You play it with other people. It's a cool little puzzle game. Definitely, I mean, for me, it's a fun multiplayer experience. Kind of like Bomberman, which is a fun, and with all the updates they've done to Bomberman, that's an even better experience than it has now because they fixed the frame rate, they fixed how the graphics kind of looked. They turned the graphics down a little bit and made the game just run smoother overall. And then there's the free maps which they're adding in, and then they're giving us free characters soon. So you'll have like Simon Belmont as Bomberman, Pyramid Head, and then the Gradius ship as a human being, as a bomber person, as it were. Puyo Pop Tetris 6 came out. I need to pick that one up, but they did a cool thing and put the demo out for that.
How's the demo?
Demo was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Tetris fan. I've always prided myself on being really good at Tetris. I've never been good at Puyo Pop.
No.
Or more important, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine for how I remembered originally. But the game is awesome, and I liked the demo where I had just like, oh, I'm playing Tetris, and now I'm switching over to Puyo. So I have to have two totally different styles of puzzle gameplay that I'm playing through to make it work. I'm going to be picking it up this afternoon, I think. So for some weird reason, I mean, I know they're talking that there's the chance of the Nintendo tax coming out for Switch titles. Because the cartridges cost more, there's the possibility that Switch games may be $5 more than other titles, which is awful, especially since Nintendo's trying to really gain footing, have a good rapport with the customer base that way. But if the physical copies are at least going to be $5 more, that's just going to cause a lot of problems, especially if it's a top tier game, that's an easier pill to swallow. But if it's a game that's okay and you paid extra just because you wanted it on the Switch, that's going to cause some more. For some reason, Puyo Pop Tetris is, because it's $29.99 on like PlayStation 4 is what it also came out on, and I think it's coming out on PC and maybe eventually Xbox. I'm not sure on the Xbox One, but the Switch version came out at $40. But the digital store, like if you go to the Nintendo store, it's only $30 for the digital download. And I'm a huge Tetris fan. I'm a huge Puyo Pop fan, so I think that's an easy buy for me.
Plus, you're part of the Best Buy.
Part of the Best Buy thing. So if I wanted to pick up a physical copy, I could get it for like $32. So in a way, I can still play this. But I mean, it's kind of I kind of hope digital games in the future will eventually kind of get the hint of being slightly less.
Yeah.
Because I'm not getting anything physical to keep, and I can't return it as of right now on the Switch or on PlayStation. But speaking of real quick, that's a pretty cool thing. Xbox is adding in a return program for digital titles.
Really?
So their new system it's rolling out in a demo stage right now for certain people. If you're part of their insider program at a certain level of insider, and what they're going to start doing is much like on Steam, which is the first digital platform in the U.S. anyway to really do returns on digital games. If you have purchased a digital game, and I think you have to have it for like at least 24 hours. Like you can't just like buy it and then return it right away. You give it at least 24 hours. You have, I think, I'm not sure what the time period after that is. I think you may have a week or two, but as long as you have not put more than 2 hours into it in playtime, because it, all these things now show exactly how much you've played. If you haven't put more time into it, then you can get a refund on it.
Well, that sucks for me. I haven't played any Xbox.
I mean, it's a good standard. It's a good standard that hopefully other companies will eventually adopt.
Yeah. I don't know if Nintendo will do that.
They may not, but I mean, PlayStation may. Sony definitely may at some point. But I mean, I know littler developers are having an issue with it because like some of the games are short. And it's like, if you can beat through the game in less than 2 hours, then you could just get your money back on it. On the consumer side, I think it's a great thing because...
Bless you.
Thank you. On the consumer side, I think it's a great thing because you can, because there's a lot of stuff coming out. There's a lot of great games coming out. There's also a lot of garbage that comes out.
Oh, yeah.
And I think even though that I know that there's some smaller companies who are worried about it, and then, there's people who are just going to troll and just return something in it for the sake of returning it. It'll save people on chargebacks, which will save money that way, and save game companies and whatnot. But I think it's going to be a good kick in the butt for certain developers anyway, because if it came out to think that I could buy a digital game, and I really don't like what they've done with it, like, say, there's lots of lags, lots of issue that way, and I can just return it, then that's on them to do a better job to make me not want to do that. And I think for me, that's the biggest thing, that it may help companies like, EA has had a lot of problems, Ubisoft, a lot of these major developers are coming out with games that have a lot of bugs at the beginning, and it's a major wake-up call if you sell a bunch of copies of your game and people are like an hour or so into like, this is bad, I'm just going to get my money back and either not play that game or wait till it's dirt cheap. So so big companies may get the hint on certain things that, a good game may take time, but if it comes out bad, it's always going to be bad for the most part.
Gotcha.
But anyway, so back to our regular Switch stuff. So other major things coming out. Mario Kart comes out in the next couple days. Tomorrow. If you've been to Target at all recently, they're letting you know that Mario Kart's coming out.
They're doing like a big promotion, right? They're making like the store look like a track. So
I haven't seen inside the store so they're making shopping carts look like race cars from Mario Kart with like the stripes on it. The spheres that some of them have outside, like I know the one by us in Newington has a Mario cover on one.
Nice.
It looks like a Mario head, and then a Luigi cover on the other one. And then as soon as you walk through the doors, the racing sounds start, like your race is about to start, the do 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 as you're walking through the major Target doors.
I'm gonna go. I gotta go. I gotta see this.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I'm looking to pick. I can't wait to pick it up. I'm gonna pick up a physical copy, I think, because I can get a little cheaper than digital right now with the Best Buy thing. Yeah. If I could get the digital copy cheaper, it's one that I know I would always play. I mean, I'm having a thing for Switch. I'm kind of liking the idea of digital. It's like I have these major titles, and then certain major ones like Zelda never needs to leave the system until I decide to. Like Mario Kart will probably do that.
Yep.
After that, so I may have to beat Ganon tonight and just finally just suck it up and just do it.
Don't do it.
Fine, I won't do it.
Okay.
I know, right? You really had to talk me out of it. Yeah, there's a bunch of So I mean,
like we had the Direct, like
the Nintendo Direct coming out.
Sorry, we had
Direct.
It's
2 weeks ago, and
a lot of stuff was announced.
We had dates for ARMS, which looks cool. I think I need to get a demo and play it. Much like Splatoon, which was when it first was announced. I'm kind of hoping it's in that vein. Because the first Splatoon game was like, there's this new thing. And like, okay, cool. You guys are trying to think.
Did Splatoon 1 have a demo?
Splatoon 1 did. So the global test fire they did with Splatoon 2, they also did with the first one.
Oh, nice.
And that's what got me to want to buy it. I didn't know how it was going to be.
I'm sure there'll be an ARMS demo.
I'm hoping. So, I mean, and then they also have the new Joy-Con colors. if you don't already have an extra set of Joy-Con.
Like neon yellow.
Neon yellow. So if you really want to see your Switch from space, you can see it from that way. Because I mean, the red one is so bright that a buddy of mine saw someone else playing a Switch in the hotel across from ours after PAX, because they could see the neon red.
Nice.
From that far away, that easy. But it's super cool. I don't personally need another Joy-Con set right now because I don't want to spend another $80.
And you said the charging docks are going to be like $90. The new
yeah. So there was also something else they announced. The TV dock is coming out. They're doing a limited release, at least as a start. I think just like, hey, here's some out anyway. They're like $80-$90, which is like cool. I mean, that's super expensive. I'm hoping third parties are going to come out with one soon, because there's nothing in it that makes it like, hey, it's a USB-C. It's a USB-C port for the Switch to plug into that has HDMI out at one end and then USB out at the other end. So it's not, there's not a lot to it, especially not $90 worth of technology, unless I'm getting like an extra HDMI cable and an Ethernet cable. Not that it has Ethernet built in, we have to get the thing for it. But if they have an extra charging cable, if they have a bunch of extra stuff in it, that's one thing. But if it's just the dock for $90, I'll just move the dock around if I really have to.
Can I get a discount at Best Buy with the gamers?
Probably not. I mean, their gamer thing is always, they used to do accessories a while ago, but at least the hard copy games you can always get discounts on, and then like gaming toys that have
like
come
Amiibo.
with it. Like Amiibo still are on discount that way. The Lego Dimension guys, the Skylander guys. But speaking of Amiibo,
Smash Line's ending.
Smash Line. If you have bought the Smash Line, or if you're like us who like day one collectors, and that's how we met. We were hanging out collecting Amiibos late night at Target, and just super sort and just having fun that way with a bunch of different people, and making friends, just going out collecting toys. You're talking. It's finally over. The final ones are releasing.
But they're going out with a bang with different costumes.
They're different costumes. So each of these are a little different than the other one. So the only other one before this one that got an alternative was Rob. Because you could get regular Rob, the US version, and then the Famicom Rob, which I haven't picked up yet. I think I'm going to, though, just so...
I got one.
Yeah, because so these ones now, because the final 3 characters needed was Corinne, Cloud from Final Fantasy, and... and Bayonetta from Bayonetta. With that, though, they decided to do it a little differently. So they've come out with what they're called Player 1 and Player 2. So I don't know if this is going to be a future thing, which may hurt our wallets even more if you want others. But
or
at least certain characters.
Let's say they do the Smash Remastered.
Smash Remastered, which we're all kind of hoping. Well, at least I'm hoping for anyway. Because a Smash on the Go is probably. Like, I mean, I know I had it for the 3DS and it was awesome.
Yeah.
But home console Smash on the Go would be truly amazing.
But I'm saying Player 2 for all the characters.
Yeah. Oof. So the only thing that really bugs me about this one, so at least on my Smash setup, I don't know about yours. So in this instance, all the Player 2 doesn't make a whole lot of sense other than just extra reskins. But with Corinne from Fire Emblem, there's a boy and Corinne is a girl. And for when they did the Robin Amiibo, which is always the possibility of another one, because the one that came out for that was a male, but you could easily play it as a female, much like the Animal Crossing Villager, you can play as a male or female, because there are certain characters you can play as boy or girl. I mean, they could do that with Pikachu. They could do that with not that a Jigglypuff male and a Jigglypuff female look good, but you could do that, because Pikachu has the heart-shaped tail. But anyway, so those ones, there are certain characters that are male and female, and there's ones for both. So, in my copy of Smash, at least anyway, I don't know if anyone else ever changed. When I picked Corinne, it started as female.
Okay.
And you can switch it to male Corinne as well. So that was the Player 1 select. For this set, for some reason, Corinne, the Player 1 select is the male Corinne, and the Player 2 select is the female Corinne.
Racist. No.
Sexist, at least, but whatever.
No, I'm kidding.
But I mean, but here's the only caveat to that. The last set of Amiibos, much like every other wave, has retail exclusives. Which is, alright, Cloud, whatever is has a GameStop exclusive. There's Cloud Final Fantasy VII Cloud, and then there's Cloud Advent Children dress, but that's just Cloud Player 2. There's Bayonetta, which Player 1 is Bayonetta 2's look with the short hair and the blue, and Player 2 is Bayonetta from Bayonetta 1 with the longer hair and wearing having red on it. We don't know who carries that one yet, but that one is also an exclusive to somebody at some point. Player 1s are every retailer will get Player 1s. That's Player 2s. GameStop has Cloud, and Bayonetta we don't know yet. Corinne is through Amazon. And if you bought Amiibo through Amazon, Palutena, and all that, it was awful.
Really?
At least trying to find it. It was just a pain in the butt, because getting Amiibo through Amazon has always been a pain. There are other exclusive ones too, which I mean I'll bring up, but I mean my only issue with that is because those ones are gendered specifically.
Yeah.
It's like cool. There's only one place where you can get a female one, but you can get the male one wherever you go. And I mean
sexist. No.
I want the female one, just because that's how my, because I'm getting the one for each one, but. I may pick up the Player 1 as well, but that's the one I primarily want, just for the one of everybody. If they do that though, and they continue that way, I kind of hope they go back again and add the female characters for the other ones.
Yeah.
Just when it gives it just gives more, especially for everybody.
More variety.
Male, female, whatever your gender is, it just gives more variety to other people to pick characters up. So I kind of hope that happens that way. Then there's also the new Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, like we don't have enough.
We don't have enough of those. So
more links.
More links. So the both of us have seen and had access to all the Legend of Zelda ones, but we were like, whatever. Okay, more.
We spent $400 on launch day.
We spent $400 on launch day for a Switch with all that. Why do I want to spend $20 Amiibo for the Guardian?
Well, if you bought the whole set, it's probably another $100.
It's like another $100. And I had access to all of them. And I mean, I remember seeing tons of Guardians, and now they're all online, going for like 50, 60 and up.
Toon Link Amiibo is $80.
Toon Link Amiibo, and there are two of that one now, because there's also the 2-pack.
Right.
But it does the same thing as the other ones. Now there's also because the set that they had for Smash Brothers, Link for Smash Brothers, Adult Link is Twilight Princess Link.
Yep. Majora's
Mask Link is coming out as an Amiibo.
Yep.
And then so is Skyward Sword.
Nice.
Link. And then there's another Twilight Princess Link coming out. So those three are coming out. So Skyward Sword is also another Amazon exclusive. The Twilight Princess one is a GameStop exclusive. Majora's Mask, no one really knows, but that's kind of the one people want because of the cool Legend of Zelda armor for Link in Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
It's cool. It's a pain. I mean, none of it affects really the game other than you look cooler in the game.
Yeah.
But getting them is hard because now that's all being scalped if you can find them anywhere.
We'll get them eventually.
I mean, I know all Amiibos are pretty much have come into easy circulation. At least any reasonable Amiibo anyway. Like I haven't seen the giant Yoshi again too. But I mean, I picked that one up because it was kind of
me too.
But yeah, so I mean, I'm super excited for the new Amiibos. I'm excited to finally finish my Smash Brothers collection.
Yep, me too.
And then it's all displayed, so it'll all be up and they'll all be in order. I mean, there's also the Splatoon Amiibos too coming out for Splatoon 2. There's a Pikmin Amiibo coming out for Pikmin,
cool.
for the new Pikmin game for the DS, which also looks fun. But yeah, there's so many Amiibos coming out. I'm
a lot of stuff.
My poor wallet, and that on top of all the Overwatch pops I've been looking for lately. There's no point. There's no money ever again.
We're screwed.
Right. So especially with all the other games coming out too. Speaking of, and just another gaming thing, if you guys like MOBAs at all, if you're trying something, so game came out a couple years ago by Blizzard called Hero of the Storm. It's been a pretty successful MOBA. I tried it way back when. It was fun. But I mean, MOBA style games, I'm usually, I like them or I don't. There are other ones I've liked more, at least previously, like Smite, and just because of the style. This one, however, they're kind of doing a soft reset. They've changed some of the stuff in it. They're trying to bring more people into the game. If you have a Blizzard account, you just log on. They give you 100 credit towards buying a special pack, which will give you 20 characters off the bat. which is way better than they've done before, because usually it was like the weird rotation, and then buy this and you get several characters, and buy this, and it was a lot of nickel and dime, which it'll still be, but you at least get a bunch of characters off the bat. And for me, I'm a huge Overwatch player. They're doing a special event where if I play five matches with a friend week 1, I get a special skin for a character named Genji that I can only get through playing that, and I get a couple little rewards in Heroes of the Storm. The week 2, I get a special skin for one of my favorites called Diva, but that's playing with a friend online with other people, not just bots. And then they're giving other rewards away, like some in-character stuff, and then they're giving away a bunch of loot boxes if you can make it through all 4 weeks. It's a pretty cool thing. If you've never tried it, go at least give it a go and get your free stuff while you can. If you play Overwatch, go get all your free Overwatch stuff by just playing it for a couple weeks in a row. The first week was super easy. I did it in like a couple hours. The second week stuff's gonna take a little bit longer because against people the games are gonna go longer, but it'll still be cool though.
Awesome.
I'm trying to think. What other game? There's
so much. I mean,
we got E3 coming up in June.
Can't wait.
Certain companies sound like they're kind of like on E3 this year, but I mean, I'm looking forward to the new Nintendo one.
Is it gonna be like Direct, like they've been doing?
It's gonna be another Direct.
Yeah.
I mean, what I'm looking for, I need them to give me their. I need to hear about the Virtual Console.
Yep.
We need more online. Where the heck's my phone app, Nintendo? Come on.
Or apps in general. Because
I mean, they got more phone games coming out, which are cool. But I want the app that I'm supposed to get for online communication through the Nintendo network, because I mean Mario Kart comes out on Friday.
Yep.
And unless they're gonna surprise us with the app tomorrow, with the app coming out tomorrow, I'm not gonna get a chance to, or whenever you see it, I'm not gonna, I'm gonna communicate like I did with the last one, which was I either did it over Xbox Live or I did it through Skype, and I just was in a Skype room with friends and whatnot playing Mario Kart that way, which is easy enough to do. I mean, it's not a big deal, but I just, I won't get to use my regular headset or anything like that.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm hoping. That's kind of what I'm looking for that way. But
yeah, I'm talking about like apps in general. For like the Switch system, where's Netflix? I mean, it's not a huge deal.
I mean, I would like that. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, right now I'm like,
Or Twitch.
Because Twitch.
Yeah.
I really like Twitch, especially if we could stream. If there's like integrated streaming or whatnot, which would be awesome.
Nintendo's like, what's streaming?
Yeah,
Never heard of that.
Yeah, unless they're taking a big cut out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my thing for that. I mean, apps would be cool too. I think the Virtual Console is going to be big.
Big, yeah.
Because it's like there are a bunch of games. I mean. I don't want to buy a bunch of these games again, but I mean,
we're gonna have to.
I can't just go out and get a Nintendo Classic Edition or whatnot like that. So speaking of the thing, you were lucky enough to get one. I was sick the day you wanted to get one, so I didn't get.
I sent you a link.
You did, and by the time I got to it, they were gone. Oh. And it was funny because I had a friend who was down from Canada who was really looking for one.
Yeah.
And by the time I checked it, because I was working PAX that day, it was gone from Best Buy. Apparently, Best Buy's got them in 2 days ago. They got a set of them. They all got them in.
That's the link I sent you.
No. Did you send me another link from a couple days ago? Oh, I didn't see the one. I just saw the one from back when you sent me. But yeah, no, I got the message, and unfortunately it was like noon on the day.
Yeah.
It was like it would have been too late anyway.
Don't worry, SNES Classic is a rumor right now. So
yes, that's a rumor. It's a very popular rumor. It'll probably sell well. We're still trying to figure out why Nintendo's not making more.
They don't want money. That's.
I mean, I don't know if it's they don't want money, or if it's the sense that everyone's worried, because they got all these ones that are on the being sold online for high dollar amounts.
Yeah.
All right, cool. A bunch more come out. Those come offline, and they just have a bunch sitting around because the people really wanted it that way. I mean, it's cool in the sense of bringing nostalgia thing. I understand that like if they're trying to do a big Virtual Console push with the Switch, it's kind of a little.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is that the only other thing I could possibly see them doing is doing like a re-release with like a little bit different controller wise, because the controllers you get can also be used in the Wii U, which is great, but the Wii U is dead at this point, so there's no point in that connectivity. But if they make if they did it USB or something like that, and then future ones that way that you could use with your Switch just plug in through the USB port on the Switch or something like that. That'd be really cool. So I think it could possibly come back out again, maybe a little bit different, maybe with longer cords, so you're not dealing with like a 3-foot cord by the TV. Or even, because I've seen companies do the wireless controllers for it, which is cool.
Yeah.
I think a Super Nintendo one would be probably a major hit, like way more than the regular NES one, because of just there's that 16-bit era that everyone loves 8-bit, everyone loves everything else. There's something about that 16-bit era really kind of there are just so many good things from that gaming area. But yeah, so I mean, there's a bunch of those things that way.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for now.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if you guys have any questions, by all means, let us know in comments or whatnot, or
we'll try to do more videos.
We're going to do them a lot more, I think. Try to keep things more on the regular, so we hopefully eventually get more viewers other than the cool ones we already have, which thank you for the ones we have.
Thank you.
And maybe try some other stuff to hopefully start Twitch streaming soon.
Yeah, because I think our last video was like the Fire Emblem Direct. And that was
which is back in February, so like 2 months ago, and then it's like, oh, let's record this, and then it's like, oh, we're away, we're doing stuff. We're gonna try to do more, try to make things more fun that way.
Definitely.
But I mean, I think that's it for right now. Until next time, Matthew,
Anthony,
we'll see you later on.
Thank you.